Okay, so we are still discussing about Apex REST callouts. Now we are continuing to talk about test callouts. Now this is pretty unique. Why? Because in Apex, Salesforce do not allow us to do real callouts to the endpoints and expecting a return from the real endpoint. That is not allowed, so we cannot do that. So to do Apex test, we have to actually create a fake response, or what we call a mock response. So let's go ahead and proceed. First, we want to create the Apex class to do the get callout and the post callout. We did that before, and now we want to make it a class, so we won't be executing it from anonymous execute window. We are going to make an actual class. So the class name would be animals callouts. I'm going to copy that. Back here, file, new Apex class, animals callouts. Okay. I'm going to copy the code here and flip back here. Boom. Save it. So we have the code. So the code is actually going to connect to the actual endpoint, right? This is the actual class. But we cannot make a test class for this class and perform an actual callout because Salesforce do not allow that. So let's make a mock test for this Apex class. I'll show you how it's done. Okay, if I scroll down, basically there is two ways to do a fake response or a mock response. The first method is to use a static resource. So you can test a callout with a static resource callout mock, right? So to do that, we have to create a static resource, basically a text pretending or faking the response when a callout is executed. It will make a fake response of this, simulating what will happen from an actual endpoint response. Just a simulation, a fake response. Okay, so I'm going to get animal resource static resource. Let's see, file, new static resource over here. The name is that. The type is meme type is text plain. Okay, so back to my trail, and this is the content of it. So you just paste that and just save that. Okay, so now we have a new static resource called getAnimalResource.txt. It's a text file. Okay, so next we are going to create a test Apex class. So a new Apex class called animals callouts test. Back to my developer console, file, new Apex class, animals callouts test. There, I'm going to copy the code over here and boom, save it. So let's explain this a bit. I'm going to save this first. And then, so it's a test class, okay? Private class animals callout test. Returning static and then test get callout. So this is just for the get callout. So this is the important part because we cannot actually do an HTTP request. So we are going to do a static resource callout mock. It's a mock object, new static resource callout mock. So you define the mock static resource is the get animal resource, which is this one, right? Get animal resource. So you define that, and then the status code is 200, simulating an HTTP response of a successful execution, which the code is 200, and then the header, simulating the header of the returned data from the endpoint. This is a simulation, so the content type would be application JSON, and then you set the mock as a class, as a HTTP callout mock class, and that's it. So this is all the code that you need to create a mock test, right? And then you get the result, animal callout make get callout. This is actually necessary as well. So this is the result will be inserted in this variable, which is an HTTP response. And then basically this is for you to do the rest of the code for your testing, assertion, and so on and so forth. So that's basically how you do an HTTP mock test. All right. Now let's go back to our trail. Over here, the second method you can do is to use the HTTP callout mock. So there is an interface already available for you to do for your Apex testing. It's called HTTP callout mock. So to do that, let's just copy this code first, test.set mock, and then you define the HTTP callout mock class. It's a new animal HTTP callout mock. So new animal HTTP callout mock. Where does that come from? You're going to actually create that first. So before you can use this, you have to create a new Apex class first. So you have to actually do this first. I just copied that. Well, I need to copy the title first. We are going to create a new Apex class again. Name it animals HTTP callout mock. And I'm going to get the code from here and paste there. So it's a test class, okay? It's called animals HTTP callout mock, implements an interface of HTTP callout mock. So in here you define what you need to pass back, okay? So you define the header, response.header. What do you want? It's content type application JSON, and then you set the body, which is this is a fake response, okay? This is only a simulation. So the last one is response set status code is 200. So that's our animals HTTP callout mock. So we have that. So last, we are going to actually create another test, which is animals callout test. This is an actual test class. All right. So let's create that again. Animal. Oh, we have this already. I'm just going to modify it. Animals callout test, which is this one here. And we are going to modify the code with this one. So instead of using a static resource like so, we are going to use the HTTP callout mock class, which is way simpler because it's defined over here, right? So I'm going to save this. Unexpected token void. Let's see. Oh, I did it wrong. I should have read it carefully. We should have added the second one, which is here, not just copy paste like that. You should have added that there and then save it. So now you have two methods, test post callout and test get callout. Okay, So we have that too. All right, so once we've done that, we can actually do a test. Now, if we do a new test run here, test always run asynchronously, and then I'm gonna go run test over here. All right, boom. If I go to the test here, it's successful. And if I scroll up, I can drill down. It's all green. And animal callouts here, 100%. So we are doing good. All right. So that's how you conduct Apex tests for HTTP callouts. Again, there are two options. You can use static resource like so, or you can use the HTTP callout mock interface like so. It's up to you. For me, I like doing the interface rather than the static callout, because then you can just define it here without creating another file. You can keep defining the variation of what response you want to make by just modifying this class. Okay, that's all. I'm going to make the hands-on challenge on a separate video. I'll see you on the next video. Boom. Hit that subscribe button and explore new Trailhead grounds and learn to implement the most useful and popular apps on the Salesforce App Exchange. And do yourself a favor, like this video, and you'll be surprised on how much more you understand when watching this same video after liking it. Don't take my word. Watch this one more time after you like the video and see it for yourself. Bada bing, bada boom.